I saw her standing outside my wedding hall. I finally found you, Ethan. Her voice shook. Mine didn't. You're late, I said. I got married yesterday. She froze like I had just ended her world. No, that's not possible, she whispered. You're lying. I don't lie anymore. She stepped closer, eyes red, breathing uneven. I've been looking for you everywhere. Your phone was off. Your apartment was empty. Your job gone. Do you have any idea what I went through? I let out a quiet breath, probably less than what I went through. She flinched. Ethan, please, she said, reaching for my arm. Just listen to me for 5 minutes. I stepped back before she could touch me. You already had years of my time. You used them well. That's not fair. I gave a small, humorless smile. Fair? You want to talk about fair now? People passed by us, but I didn't care. Neither did she. I made a mistake, she said quickly. I know that now. I was confused. I was under pressure. Ryan, don't. I cut her off. Don't say his name like that explains anything. Her lips trembled. He told me things about you, about your future. He said you'd never grow, never succeed. And you believed him. I was scared. I laughed softly. You weren't scared, Lily. You were calculating. That's not true. Then why did you leave? I asked, my voice calm. Why didn't you fight for us? She went silent. That's what I thought. I came back, didn't I? She said, her voice breaking. Doesn't that mean something? It means you realized you chose wrong. Her eyes widened. No, I came back because I love you. I looked at her for a long second. No, you came back because you couldn't replace me. That's not. Say it, I pushed. Say you were happy without me. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. I nodded slowly. Exactly. Tears rolled down her cheeks. Ethan, please, just give me another chance. I'll fix everything. I swear. You already had your chance. I didn't understand what I had. That's not my problem anymore. She covered her mouth, trying to hold herself together. Who is she? I paused. My wife, I said simply. I know that, she snapped. What's her name? Clara. The name seemed to hit her harder than anything else. Do you love her? She asked quietly. I didn't answer right away. She respects me, I said instead. That's enough. That's not love, she whispered. It's better than what we had. She shook her head. No, what we had was real. You felt it too. Don't deny it. I'm not denying anything, I said. I'm just not living in it anymore. She took another step closer. Look me in the eyes and tell me you don't feel anything for me. I met her gaze. I don't feel what you want me to feel. Her breath hitched. That doesn't mean nothing's there, I added. It just means it doesn't matter anymore. That's impossible, she said. You don't just stop loving someone. You do, I replied, when they show you exactly how little you meant to them. She shook her head again, more desperate now. I was wrong, okay? I admit it. I chose the wrong person, but I'm here now. I came back for you, and I moved on without you. Silence fell between us. You didn't even try to find me, she said softly. I didn't need to. Why? Because I already saw enough. Her voice dropped to a whisper. So that's it? You're just done with me. I was done the day you walked away. She stared at me like she didn't recognize me anymore. You've changed, she said. I had to. No, I said. For me. She wiped her tears, trying to steady herself. I'm not giving up. I tilted my head slightly. You already did once. This time is different. It's too late. She clenched her fists. I spent a month looking for you, and I spent that month forgetting you. That broke something inside her. I don't believe that, she said weakly. You don't have to. The doors behind me opened, slightly. I didn't turn, but I knew who it was. Ethan? Clara's voice was calm. Is everything okay? Lily's eyes snapped toward the entrance. That's her? She whispered. I nodded. Clara didn't step fully outside. She didn't need to. Her presence alone was enough. Lily looked back at me, her expression collapsing. You really moved on, she said. Yes. She took a slow step back. I was too late, she murmured. I didn't answer, because we both already knew the truth. She searched for me for a month, but she was one day too late. I don't care if you're broke, Lily said, smiling at me like I was enough. I remember laughing. You might regret saying that one day. I won't, she replied, squeezing my hand. I'm not like that. I believed her. Back then, my life was simple on the surface. I lived in a small apartment, worked a regular job, and kept my head down. No one knew who I really was, and that was exactly how I wanted it. Ethan, you're staying late again? Noah asked one evening, leaning against my desk. Yeah, I said, not looking up. Got to finish this report. He frowned. You do more work than anyone here. They don't even pay you enough for this. I'm not doing it for them. Then for who? I paused for a second. For myself, Noah chuckled. Man, you're different. Different how? You don't complain. You don't slack off. You don't chase attention. He shook his head. It's like you're proving something. Maybe I am. He studied me for a moment. Well, whoever you're proving it to, they better appreciate it. I didn't answer, because the truth was, I was doing it for Lily. Ethan, can you help me with rent this month? She asked one night, her voice soft. Of course, I said without hesitation. You're sure? I know things are tight for you, too. I'll manage. You always say that, she said, smiling. I don't know what I'd do without you. I smiled back. You won't have to find out. It became normal after that. Bills, rent, small expenses. I covered them quietly. Why don't you ever say no, she asked once. Because you need me. And if I didn't? I looked at her. Then I'd still choose you. She laughed like it was sweet. I didn't realize how dangerous that mindset was. Ryan walked into my life like he always belonged there. Ethan, you still alive in this boring office? He joked, dropping into the chair beside me. Barely, I replied. Ryan Brooks confident, loud, always smiling. Man, you work too much, he said. You need to enjoy life. I am enjoying it. Yeah? Doing spreadsheets at midnight? I've got goals. He smirked. Or maybe you've got a girl. I didn't respond, but that was enough for him. Knew it, he said. What's her name? Lily. He said, What's her name? Lily? Is she pretty? I shrugged. To me, yeah. He laughed. That's a dangerous answer. Means you're already in too deep. Maybe I was. The first time Ryan met Lily, he looked impressed. Wow, he said. Ethan, you really won. I frowned. She's not a prize. I didn't mean it like that, he said quickly. I just mean she's out of your league. Lily laughed. Hey, I'm right here. Ryan raised his hands. Relax, I'm complimenting you. She smiled. I know. But I noticed the way he looked at her, and the way she didn't seem bothered by it. Man, you're lucky she chose you, Ryan said later, pulling me aside. I know. He gave me a strange look. Do you? What's that supposed to mean? Nothing, he said, smiling again. Just don't mess it up. I didn't think I would. You're always busy, Lily complained one evening. I'm working so we can have a better future. I don't want a future where I barely see you. I sighed. Just a little longer, I promise. You always say that. I mean it. She looked at me, searching my face. Do you ever think about doing more? More, like earning more, becoming more? Don't you want a bigger life? I hesitated. I'm happy with what I have, I said. Really? Yes. She leaned back, studying me. Sometimes I feel like you're hiding something. I forced a small smile. Like what? I don't know, she admitted. You just don't act like someone who's struggling. That's because I don't complain. That's not it. Then what is it? She shook her head. Forget it. But she didn't forget, neither did I. Ethan, you missed dinner again, she said one night. I told you I had work. You always have work. I'm doing this for us. I didn't ask you to. Her words hit harder than I expected. I thought you wanted a better life, I said quietly. I wanted you, she replied. I didn't know how to answer that. Ryan showed up more often after that. Let's go out, he'd say. All three of us, I agreed. I trusted him. Ethan, you're too serious, Ryan said one night over drinks. Someone has to be. Life's not just about grinding. It is if you start with nothing. He smirked. Or maybe you just think you do. I frowned. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing, he said again. He said that a lot. Nothing. But it never felt like nothing. Do you trust him? Lily asked me one night. Ryan? Of course. She nodded slowly. He's interesting. Interesting how? I don't know. He's confident. You don't like that? I didn't say that. Something about her tone stayed with me, but I ignored it. Because I trusted both of them. That was my mistake. You do too much for her, Noah said one day at work. I do what I want. And what do you get in return? I didn't answer. He sighed. Just be careful. Man, I am. But I wasn't. Not really, because love made me blind, and loyalty made me quiet. I don't care if you're broke, she had said. And I held on to that like it was truth, like it was unbreakable, like it was enough. I gave her my time, my energy, my trust, my loyalty, everything I could offer as the man she believed I was. And I never once showed her the man I truly was. I thought that made it real. I thought that made it pure. I thought that made it love. I was wrong. I gave her everything, while hiding the only thing that mattered. I still remember the sound before anything else. Laughter. It wasn't just any laughter. It was hers. I stood outside the hotel suite door, my hand hovering over the handle. My chest felt tight, like something inside me already knew what I was about to see. Don't overthink, I muttered to myself. But I pushed the door open anyway. The first thing I saw was the city lights through the glass windows. The second thing was them, Lily Ryan, too close, too comfortable, too wrong. She turned first. Her smile disappeared instantly. Ethan, Ryan didn't even move. For a second, no one spoke. Then she stood up quickly. Ethan, this isn't what you think. I let out a small laugh. It didn't sound like mine. Then explain it. She looked at Ryan, then back at me. It's not this isn't. Take your time, I said calmly. I'm listening. Ryan finally leaned back in his chair, completely relaxed. She deserves better, he said. That was it. That one sentence. Something inside me cracked. I looked at him slowly. You want to repeat that? He shrugged. You heard me. Lily stepped between us. Ryan, stop. No, he said, standing now. He said, standing now. He deserves to hear it. I stared at him. Go ahead. You're a good guy, Ethan, he said, almost casually, but being a good guy isn't enough. And you are? I'm someone who can actually give her a future. I smiled faintly. A future? Yeah, he said. Stability, growth, a real life. I glanced at Lily. And this is what you want? She hesitated. That hesitation told me everything. Answer me, I said quietly. Her voice came out small. I didn't plan for this to happen. That's not an answer. Things changed. Say it clearly. She closed her eyes for a second, then looked at me. I chose Ryan. Silence. I nodded slowly. Because, she swallowed, because he has more potential. I almost laughed again. Potential, I repeated. Ryan smirked slightly. It matters. To you, maybe. To her, too, he replied. I looked at Lily. So all those nights, all those promises, they were based on what? My salary? That's not fair, she said quickly. It wasn't just about money. Then what was it about? She struggled to answer. Ryan stepped in. It's about reality. You're stuck, Ethan. You don't grow, you don't take risks. I tilted my head. And you do? Of course I do, he said. I think bigger. By taking my place, he didn't even deny it. I didn't take anything, Ryan said. She came to me. That hurt more than I expected. I looked at Lily again. Is that true? Tears formed in her eyes. I didn't mean for it to happen like this. But it did. I was confused, she whispered. No, I said. You were clear. You just didn't think I'd find out. That's not true. Then why didn't you tell me? She stayed silent. I nodded. Exactly. Ryan crossed his arms. Look, man, dragging this out won't help. It's done. I looked at him. You think this is over? He frowned slightly. Isn't it? I let out a slow breath. You really think you've won something here? I know I have. I glanced around the room. Expensive furniture. A view I knew he couldn't afford on his own. Nice place, I said. Must have taken a lot of potential to get this. Ryan smirked. Jealous? Not really. Lily stepped closer to me. Ethan, please don't do this. Do what? Make this harder than it already is. I looked at her, really looked this time. I'm not the one who made it hard. Her tears fell faster. I didn't want to hurt you. Then you should have left before this. I tried. No, you didn't, I said calmly. You waited until you had something better. That's not fair. It's accurate. Ryan sighed. You're taking this too personally. I laughed softly. Too personally? Yeah, he said. People move on. It happens. Not like this. It's the same thing. No, I said. It's the not. He rolled his eyes. Look, man, you'll be fine. You'll find someone else. That's not the point. Then what is? I stepped closer, just enough to make him pay attention. The point is, I said quietly, you both made your choice. Lily's voice shook. Ethan, I raised my hand slightly. No, don't. She stopped. I don't need explanations anymore, I continued. I don't need apologies. I don't need anything from either of you. Ryan frowned. So what now? I looked at him, then at her. Now, I said. I walk away. Just like that? Lily asked. Yes. You're not even going to fight for me? That question almost made me smile. I already did, I said. You just didn't choose me. Her face broke completely. Ryan shook his head. You're making a mistake. I turned toward the door. Maybe, I said, but at least it'll be mine. Ethan, wait! Lily called. I stopped for a second, but didn't turn around. Goodbye, Lily. I walked out. No shouting, no drama, just silence. But inside, everything was collapsing. Every memory, every promise, every moment I thought was real, gone. As I stepped into the hallway, I realized something that hurt more than the betrayal itself. They didn't look guilty. They didn't look ashamed. They looked ashamed. They looked comfortable. Like I was the outsider. Like I didn't belong there anymore. And maybe I never did. I walked away without looking back, because I already knew the truth. They didn't just betray me. They replaced me. I didn't go home that night. I just walked. No direction. No plan, just distance. My phone kept buzzing. I didn't check it. Running away won't fix it. I stopped. That voice, I knew it. Still following me after all these years? I said without turning. Still making reckless decisions, Daniel Reed replied. Calmly. I faced him. Same suit. Same expression. Nothing about him had changed. You've got good timing, I said. Or bad? That depends on you. I laughed dryly. You always say that. He studied my face. You look different. I am. Because of her? Because of me, I corrected. He nodded slightly. Good. Then maybe you're finally ready. For what? For the truth you've been avoiding? I shook my head. I'm not in the mood for this, Daniel. You don't have the luxury to choose anymore. Watch me. Your father wants you back. Silence. I looked away. He always wants something. This time he wants you. I doubt that. He sent me personally. That doesn't mean anything. It means everything, Daniel said. He doesn't chase people. I let out a slow breath. I'm not people. I'm his son. Exactly. I laughed again, but it felt empty. Funny how that only matters when it's convenient. Daniel didn't react. You left. You made your choice. And he made his. You walked away from power. I walked away from control. There's a difference. Not in his world. Daniel stepped closer. And what about your world? I didn't answer. Let me guess, he continued. You tried to live a normal life. You hid your name. You worked like everyone else. I earned everything I had and still lost it. That hit. I clenched my jaw. Careful. I'm stating facts from your perspective, from reality. I stayed silent. He softened his tone slightly. Why did you hide who you were? I looked past him, my mind drifting. I wanted something real, I said quietly. Real, oh people. Real emotions. Real love. And did you find it? I didn't answer. You didn't, he said, because you were pretending to be someone you're not. I was being myself. No, Daniel said firmly. You were being a version of yourself that removed everything important. That's your opinion. That's the truth. I shook my head. You don't understand. Then explain it. I hesitated. Then I said it. My mother understood. Daniel's expression changed slightly. She didn't want me to grow up like him, I continued. She wanted me to know what it feels like to be normal. She also knew the world you were born into. She hated that world. She accepted it. No, I said. She endured it. Silence. I remember what she told me, I added. She said if people love you for your name, they don't love you at all. Daniel nodded slowly. Wise words. I believed her. And now? I looked at him. Now I don't know what to believe. He took a step closer. Your father built an empire. I know. And one day it will be yours. And never asked for it. It was never asked. It was never about asking. I let out a tired breath. I just wanted to be enough without it. And were you? That question stayed in the air. I thought about Lily, about Ryan, about everything that happened. No, I said finally. Daniel didn't look surprised. You wanted to be loved for who you are, he said, but you hid a part of yourself. I hid the part that ruins everything, or the part that protects you. I frowned. Protects me? Yes, he said. Power isn't the problem. How people react to it is. That's exactly why I left. And that's exactly why you got hurt. I didn't respond. You gave everything, Daniel continued. Time, money, loyalty. And it wasn't enough, because you gave it without balance. I looked at him sharply. So what? I should have used my name, my status? You should have known your worth. Ha 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 ha! It did. No, he said. You lowered it. That hit harder than anything else. I wanted to be loved for who I am, I said quietly. And look where that got you. I closed my eyes for a moment. He wasn't wrong. That was the worst part. What do you want from me? I asked. A decision about whether you stay broken or take back control. I laughed faintly. Control, huh? You had it once. I gave it up. Then take it back. I looked at the ground, then back at him. If I go back, I said slowly, everything changes. Yes, I won't be the same person. No, you won't. I might lose whatever's left of me. Or you might finally find it. Silence again. This time, it felt different. Not empty, heavy, real. What happens if I say no? I asked. Then you walk away, Daniel said, and nothing changes. And if I say yes, everything changes. I thought about the man I was, the man they saw, the man I tried to be. None of them worked. Maybe it was time to stop pretending. All right, I said. Daniel raised an eyebrow. All right, I'll come back. He studied me carefully. Are you sure? No, I admitted. But I'm done being unsure. He nodded once. Good. I took a deep breath. I'm not doing this for him, I said. Then who? For me. Daniel gave a small approving nod. That's the only reason that matters. I looked ahead, feeling something shift inside me. Not pain, not anger, something colder, clearer. I'm not going back to who I was, I said quietly. Then who are you becoming? I met his eyes. Someone they won't recognize, and for the first time since that night, I meant it. I wasn't going back to who I was becoming someone new. Walk in like you belong here. I do belong here, I said. Daniel gave a small nod. Then, act like it. I stepped through the glass doors and everything felt different. Clean floors, quiet power, people moving with purpose. This was my father's world, and now it was mine to face. Ethan Cole, a voice said. I turned. Victor Cole stood in front of me, exactly as I remembered. Sharp, controlled, unreadable. You took your time, he said. I had things to settle, clearly. We stood there for a moment, measuring each other. You look like her, he added. My mother. He nodded once. That's not always a good thing. I'll take my chances. A faint smirk touched his lips. We'll see. He turned and walked. I followed. Daniel tells me you've decided to come back, he said. I have. Why? For yourself. Not for revenge? I paused. No. Good, he said. Revenge is emotional. Power is practical. I didn't respond. He stopped outside a conference room. This is where it starts. Testing me already? I never stopped. We walked in. 3 executives sat inside. They looked at me like I didn't belong. Victor didn't introduce me. Sit, he said. I did. Let's see what you can do, he added. The meeting began. Numbers, deals, risks. They talked fast. I listened faster. What would you do? Victor asked suddenly. All eyes turned to me. I didn't rush. I'd walk away from this deal, I said. One of the executives frowned. That's a loss. No, I replied. It's a delay of gain. Explain. The risk outweighs the short-term return. You're focusing on immediate profit instead of long-term stability. Silence. Victor watched me carefully. And if we're wrong, another executive asked. Then we lose now, I said. But if I'm right, we avoid a bigger loss later. Victor leaned back slightly. Interesting. The meeting ended soon after. Not bad, he said as we walked out. Not good either, I replied. He looked at me. You're learning. I have to. He stopped walking. You're too soft. There it was. I met his eyes. Watch me. Something shifted in his expression. Not approval, but interest. Days turned into weeks. I worked longer than before, harder than before. Ethan, you need rest, Daniel said one night. I'll rest when I'm done. You'll never be done. Then I'll keep going. He studied me. You've changed. I had to. Because of them? Because of me. I stopped caring about small things. Stopped explaining myself. Stopped expecting anything from anyone. You don't smile much, Daniel. Point it out. I don't need to. You used to, Ken. I used to be different. That part of me felt distant now, like someone I used to know. Mr. Cole, a voice said one afternoon. I turned. A woman stood near the conference table. Calm posture, clear eyes, no hesitation. Yes? I asked. I'm Clara Hayes, she said. I'll be working with you on the Henderson project. I nodded. All right. She didn't move. Something else? I asked. You don't like inefficiency, she said. I raised an eyebrow. And? You approved a strategy this morning that contradicts that. I stared at her. Most people didn't talk to me like that. Explain, I said. She stepped forward. You chose speed over precision. It was necessary. It was risky. I calculated the risk and accepted it too quickly. Silene, I studied her. You always this direct? I asked. Yes. Good, I said. I don't like guessing what people mean. Then we'll work well together. Maybe. Why aren't you intimidated? I asked. Should I be? Most people are. Ha! I almost smiled. Fair. Enough, I said. We started working together after that. No small talk, no unnecessary words, just results. You missed something, she said one evening. I didn't. You did. I looked at the file again. Was right. I leaned back, noted. You're not used to being challenged. I'm not used to people being right. She didn't react. I like that, I added. Good. Days passed, then weeks. She stayed the same. Calm, sharp, unbothered. You, Don't trust people, she said one night. We were the only ones left in the office. I didn't look up. I did once, and it didn't work out. That's vague. It's enough. She watched me for a moment. Trust isn't the problem. What is? Who you give it to. I stopped writing. That sounds simple. It is. Then why does no one get it right? Because emotions get involved. I leaned back. You don't sound emotional. I'm not. That must make life easier. It makes it clearer. I nodded slowly. I used to think clarity came from honesty, I said. And now? Now I think it comes from distance. She considered that. Distance protects you, she said, but it also isolates you. I'm fine with that. Are you? I didn't answer, because I didn't know. Ethan, she said quietly, what are you building? Myself. And after that, I looked at her. I don't know yet. She nodded. That's honest. It's the only thing I have left. She didn't argue, and for the first time in a long time, I felt something different. Not attachment, not emotion, just balance. I wasn't chasing anyone. I wasn't proving anything. I was just moving forward, step by step, choice by choice. For the first time, I wasn't chasing love. I was building myself. Dinner isn't a business meeting, Clara said. It depends on the purpose, I replied. She looked at me across the table. And what's the purpose tonight? Clarity. She nodded once. Good. Then let's be clear. I leaned back. Go ahead. No lies, she said. Then don't ask about my past, I answered. She held my gaze for a moment, then nodded. Agreed. That was easy. I don't complicate things, she said. People do that on their own. I almost smiled. Fair. Silence settled between us, but it wasn't uncomfortable. You don't date, she said. I don't. Why? You just agreed not to ask about my past. That's not your past. That's your present. I consider that. I don't see the point. In relationships, in expectations, she leaned forward slightly. So what do you want? Something simple. There's no such thing. There is if both people understand the rules. And what are your rules? No lies, I repeated. No unnecessary emotions. No pretending. She studied me carefully. That owns like a contract. Maybe it is. And what do you offer in return? Consistency. She didn't respond immediately. You're serious, she said. I don't waste time. She leaned back. Neither do I. Then we try it, she said. But I have conditions. I expected that. I don't compete for attention. I expected that. I don't compete for attention, she said. If I'm involved, I'm respected. You will be. I don't fix people. I'm not asking you to. And if this ends, she added, it ends clean. No drama, I said. No damage, she corrected. I nodded. Agreed. She extended her hand slightly. Then we have a deal. I looked at her hand, then shook it. A deal, I said. It wasn't romantic, it wasn't emotional, but it was clear. And for me, clarity mattered more than anything. Days passed, and things shifted naturally. You're working too much, she said one evening. I always do. That's not healthy. It's effective. She sighed. You measure everything in results, because results don't lie. People do. I know. She watched me quietly. You've been hurt. That's an observation, not a question, and it's accurate. I didn't deny it. You don't have to carry everything alone, she said. I prefer it that way. Preference and habit aren't the same. I looked at her. You always analyze people like this. Only the ones who interest me, that caught my attention. And I interest you? Yes. Why? Because you're controlled, she said. But not empty. I didn't respond. Most people in your position are loud, she added. You're quiet. Noise is unnecessary. Sometimes it's honest. I've had enough honesty. She didn't push further. That's what made her different. Meanwhile, somewhere else, everything I left behind started to move again. Say that again. Lily's voice trembled. Ethan Cole, someone replied. Victor Cole's son. That's not possible. He's been back for weeks. Silence. Then, no, he wouldn't lie to me like that. Maybe he didn't trust you enough to tell you. Nah, that doesn't make sense. It does if you think about it. I could almost hear her breathing. Where is he now? She asked. At Coal Industries. She whispered. Ethan, a tycoon's son, the truth always finds its way out, and when it does, it changes everything. Ryan, did you know? Lily asked sharply. Know what? He replied. About Ethan. What about him? He's not who we thought he was. Ryan laughed. What are you talking about? He's Victor Cole's son. Silence. Then, that's not funny. I'm not joking. That's impossible, he said. If that were true, he wouldn't be working with us. He was hiding it. Why would he do that? I don't know, she snapped. But it's real. Ryan's voice dropped. Where did you hear this? It doesn't matter. It does. He's back, Ryan. Another pause. So what? He said finally. So what? He repeated. Do you realize what this means? It means nothing. It means everything. You're overreacting. No, you're underthinking. Even if it's true, Ryan said. It doesn't change anything. It changes everything, she insisted. We left him thinking he was nothing. And he wasn't. Ryan stayed quiet. Marcus knows, Lily added. That got a reaction. Marcus? Ryan asked. Yes. Why is he involved? Because he's been watching this from the start. Watching what? Us. Silence filled the space again. Marcus Hale doesn't watch for no reason, Ryan said slowly. I know. Then this is bad. It gets worse, she whispered. He wants to meet Ethan. Ryan cursed under his breath. That's not good. Marcus Hale didn't enter lives quietly. He controlled them. Why would he care? Ryan asked. Because Ethan isn't just anyone, Lily said, and we treated him like he was. That realization hit them both at the same time. You think he'll come after us? Ryan asked. Lily hesitated. I don't know, she admitted, but I need to talk to him. Why? Because I made a mistake. Ryan let out a bitter laugh. Now you see it? I didn't know. You didn't care, he corrected. She went silent. I'm going to find him, she said finally. Ryan didn't stop her, because deep down, he knew the truth too. Everything had changed, and this time, they weren't in control. Back in my world, I didn't chase anything. I didn't ask questions. I just moved forward. But the past has a way of catching up, and when it does, it doesn't knock. It breaks the door. The moment she learned my truth, she started chasing me again. My phone rang again. Unknown number. I declined it. Persistent, Clara said, not looking up from her file. Annoying, I replied. It's the same person? Yes. You're not curious? No. She closed the file slowly. That's discipline. It's experience. The phone buzzed again. Then a message. Please talk to me. Just once. Lily locked the screen. You read it, Clara said. I saw enough. And it doesn't change anything. She nodded. Good. I leaned back. You don't ask much. I don't need to, she said. People reveal themselves eventually. That's true. And she already did. I didn't respond. Across the city, Lily didn't stop. Where is he? She asked. Standing in Noah's office. Noah looked at her calmly. Why do you want to know? I need to talk to him. About Hat? About everything. He shook his head. You're late. I know that, then accept it. I can't, she said, her voice breaking. I made a mistake. Noah leaned forward slightly. You didn't make a mistake. You made a choice. She froze. That's different, he continued. A mistake is accidental. A choice is intentional. I didn't know. You didn't care enough to know, he cut in. That's not fair. It is, he said. Ethan gave you everything. I realize that now. Now doesn't matter. It does to me, he sighed. That's the problem. It's about you. She stepped back, shaking. I just need one chance to explain. You already had your chance to listen. She went quiet. Where is he? She asked again, softer this time. Noah stood up. Somewhere you can't reach. That's not an answer. It's the only one you're getting. She left with nothing. But she didn't stop. Answer your phone, she said in a voice message. Ethan, please, I know I messed up. Just give me 5 minutes. I deleted it without listening twice. You're sure about this? Clara asked that night. Yes. No hesitation? None. She studied me. Then you've moved on. I've moved forward. That's different. It is. Meanwhile, Ryan wasn't doing as well. You said this was a safe investment, he snapped. Marcus didn't raise his voice. I said it had potential. You cost me everything. I offered you an opportunity, Marcus replied calmly. You chose to take it. Ryan ran a hand through his hair. This wasn't supposed to happen. Nothing ever is, Marcus said. That's what makes it interesting. You knew this would fail. I suspected it might. And you still pushed me into it. I didn't push you, Marcus said. I observed you. Ryan stared at him. Why? Because people reveal themselves under pressure. And what did I reveal? That you're predictable. Ryan clenched his fists. You used me. I studied you. That's the same thing. No, Marcus said. One is emotional. The other is strategic. Ryan stepped back, defeated. You should have stayed loyal, Marcus added quietly. To who? Ryan snapped. To Ethan? Yes. Ryan laughed bitterly. He was nothing. Marcus looked at him carefully. That's where you miscalculated. Ryan didn't respond, because now he understood. Too late. Sophia told me everything, a voice said. Ryan turned. Sophia, he muttered. She crossed her arms. You really messed up. Not now. Yes, now, she said. You lost a real friend for greed. It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. You don't understand. I understand more than you think, she replied. Ethan trusted you. Ryan looked away. Trust doesn't pay bills. No, she said. But it builds something money can't replace. Spare me the lecture. I'm not lecturing you, she said. I'm telling you the truth you've been avoiding. He stayed silent. You chose the easy path, she continued. And now you're paying for it. Ryan sat down heavily. I didn't think it would end like this. That's because you didn't think at all. Back in my world, things were quieter, better. You're not distracted, Clara said during a meeting. I don't get distracted. Not anymore, she corrected. I nodded slightly. You've changed again, she added. How? You're calmer. I removed the noise and replaced it with focus. She gave a small, approving nod. It suits you. Everything does when it's controlled. She looked at me for a moment. And what about emotions? They exist, I said. They just don't lead. That's a choice. It is. And you're okay with it? I am. She didn't question it. That's why it worked. No pressure. No expectations. Just clarity. And for the first time in a long time, I felt stable, not happy, not excited, just steady. And that was enough, because chaos was behind me, and I wasn't going back. While she was searching for me, I was learning how to live without her. This is enough? Clara asked, looking around. It's more than enough, I said. No decorations, no crowd, no noise, just a quiet room, a simple setup, and 2 witnesses. You're not inviting anyone? She asked. I don't need an audience. She studied me. Not even your father? He knows, and he proved. That's all that matters. She nodded slowly. You really don't like complications. I don't like pretending. She looked down at her hand for a second. Neither do I. The officiant cleared his throat. We can begin whenever you're ready. Clara glanced at me. Are you sure? I met her eyes. Yes, no doubts, no. She held my gaze a little longer, like she was searching for something. All right, she said quietly. Then let's do it. We stepped forward. No music, no distractions, just words. Do you, Ethan Cole? I do, I said before he could finish. Clara looked at me briefly. The officiant smiled slightly. Confident. I don't hesitate anymore. He nodded, then turned to her. Do you, Clara Hayes? I do, she said calmly. No emotion in her voice, but no uncertainty either. That was enough. Then, by the authority vested in me, "It's done?" I asked. He chuckled. "Almost." Clara exhaled softly. "You're impatient." "I'm certain that's new." "Not really. Just clearer." The officiant finished the formalities. "That's it," he said. "You're married." Silence followed. No applause, no celebration. Just a quiet shift. Clara looked at me. "So this is it." "This is it." No dramatic moment. No. She nodded. "Good." I extended my hand slightly. "Ready?" She looked at it, then shook it. "Ready." We walked out together, side by side. No rush, no wait, just calm. "Do you regret anything?" she asked as we stepped outside. "No." "Not even a little?" "No." She watched me carefully. "You're either very sure or very detached." "Both," I said. She accepted that. "You know," she added, "most people would expect more from a wedding. Most people expect a lot of things. And you don't?" "I expect what's real." She gave a small nod. "Fair enough." We stood there for a moment. No need to fill the silence. No need to force anything. This wasn't built on emotion. It was built on understanding. And for me, that mattered more. Across the street, a car stopped suddenly. I didn't notice at first. "Wait, stop the car," a voice shouted. The door opened. Footsteps rushed forward. "Ethan." I turned. Lily, breathing hard, eyes wide. Too late. She froze when she saw us. "What is this?" she whispered. I didn't answer immediately. Clara didn't move. "We just got married," I said calmly. The words landed like a weight. "No," Lily said, shaking her head. "No, that's not possible." "It is." She stepped closer, her voice breaking. "You didn't even tell me." "I didn't need to. I've been looking for you for a month." "I know." Her eyes filled with tears. "Then why didn't you respond?" "Because there was nothing left to say." She looked at Clara. "Who is she?" "My wife," I said. The word hit harder this time. Lily's expression collapsed. "You can't do this," she whispered. "Not like this," she whispered. "Not like this." She shook her head, stepping back. "I came here to fix things." "There's nothing to fix." "There is," she cried. "You're just not giving me a chance." "I already gave you one." "Ha ha ha ha." "That was before." "Exactly." Silence fell. She looked at me like she didn't recognize me anymore. "When did you become like this?" she asked. When I stopped waiting. Her tears fell freely now. "I was too late," she said quietly. I didn't deny it. Because it was true. She looked at the ground, then back at me one last time. "I really lost you," she whispered. "Yes." No anger, no hesitation, just truth. She broke down right there, unable to hold herself together anymore, and I didn't move, because I couldn't, not anymore. Clara stood beside me, calm as always. "Let's go," she said softly. I nodded. We walked past Lily without stopping. No final words, no second chances. Just an ending. She arrived one day late, but I had already moved on, stood. Outside the hall again, same place, different reality. Clara was inside, speaking with someone, but I stayed near the entrance. "Ethan." I turned slowly. "Lily." Again. But this time, there was no confidence in her steps, only exhaustion. "You shouldn't be here," I said. "I had to come." "No, you didn't." She stepped closer. "I still love you." I stared at her. For a moment, I didn't respond. Then I said, "No, you love what I became." Her face tightened. "That's not true." "It is. You changed." "I didn't change." "I didn't change. You just never saw me clearly." Her eyes filled instantly. "Ethan, please." "No," I interrupted. "Don't do that." "Do what?" "Try to rewrite history." "I'm not." "Yes, you are," I said calmly. "You're standing here acting like this started yesterday." She shook her head. "I made a mistake." "You made a choice." I didn't understand. "You didn't care," I corrected. Her voice broke. "That's not fair." "Fair?" I repeated. "You want to talk about fair now." She stepped back slightly. A voice came from behind her. Wow. We both turned. Ryan. But not the same Ryan, not even close. He looked tired, broken, empty. Didn't expect to see you both here, he muttered. Lily's expression changed instantly. Ryan, he laughed bitterly. Don't look at me like that. What happened to you, she asked. What happened to me, he repeated. Ask Marcus Hale. Silence. I stayed quiet. Ryan looked at me. You knew, didn't you? No, I said, but I don't need to. He nodded slowly. He destroyed me. Lily frowned. Marcus did this? Ryan let out a short, broken laugh. He didn't do anything directly. That's the point. What does that mean? She asked. It means I did it to myself, he said. I just needed someone to push me. Lily looked confused. Why would he push you? Because I was useful, Ryan said. Until I wasn't. He turned slightly toward me. You were right, you know. I didn't respond. I should have listened, he added. You had chances, I said. I know. Silence fell again. Lily looked between us. This isn't real, it is, I said. Her voice dropped. Everything's falling apart. Not everything, I replied. She looked at me. What does that mean? I didn't answer because it didn't matter anymore. Footsteps echoed behind us. Slow. Controlled. Interesting scene, a voice said. We all turned. Sophia Brooks stood there, watching, quiet. She looked at Ryan first, then at Lily, then at me. So this is what's left, she said softly. Ryan, look down. Sophia, you look exactly how I expected, she said. Don't start, he muttered. I'm not starting anything, she said. I'm finishing it. Lily frowned. What are you talking about? Sophia glanced at her. You really thought you could replace him and walk away clean? I didn't. You did, Sophia interrupted. Both of you did. Silence. Ryan rubbed his face. What do you want from me? Nothing, she said. You already gave everything away. Lily stepped forward. This isn't fair. Sophia laughed softly. That word again. She looked at me briefly. You're calmer than I expected. I stopped reacting, I said. That's dangerous, she replied. Not for me. She nodded slightly. True. Lily suddenly spoke again. Ethan, please, just talk to me properly. I already did. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I did. I said. You just didn't listen then either. Her breath shook. Ryan stepped back slowly. I lost everything, he said quietly. You did it yourself, I replied. He didn't argue, because he knew. Sophia crossed her arms. Marcus doesn't even need to win anymore, she said. You all did it for him. Lily whispered. This isn't how it was supposed to end. That's the problem, I said. She looked at me. What? You all thought it was supposed to end your way. Silence fell again. No one spoke. No one moved. Just the weight of everything settling in. Lily wiped her face slowly. Do you hate me? I thought about it. No, I said finally. That surprised her. Then what? She asked. I just don't need you. That hit harder than anger ever could. Ryan looked away. Sophia stayed, silent. Lily stepped back again, like she couldn't stand there anymore. I really lost you, she whispered. Yes, I said. No emotion, no hesitation, just fact. She nodded slowly, tears falling again. I understand now, she said quietly. Good, I replied. She looked at me one last time, then turned away. Ryan followed after her. Defeated, Sophia lingered for a second longer. You handled this better than I thought, she said. I didn't handle it, I replied. I just moved on. She gave a small nod. That's worse for them. I know. She walked away too. And I stayed still, because there was nothing left to chase, nothing left to fix, nothing left to lose. They lost everything chasing what they thought mattered. Ethan, please. I stopped walking, but I didn't turn. Can we try again? Lily's voice broke behind me. I stayed silent for a moment. Then I finally turned. She looked exhausted, red eyes, shaking hands like she had been carrying everything alone. But I knew the truth. She hadn't been alone. She just hadn't been honest. I already did, I said quietly. You just didn't choose me. Her lips parted. That's not fair. I let out a slow breath. We've said that before. I made a mistake, she whispered. I understand that now. I nodded slightly. You do? Then, but understanding doesn't change what happened. She stepped closer. I can fix this. No, I said. Her voice cracked. Ethan, please. I looked at her properly this time. No anger, no warmth, just distance. You don't get to come back because you regret it, I said. I don't want to lose you again. You already did. Silence. Her eyes filled again. I didn't know what I had. That's the problem, I said. You only saw it when it was gone. She shook her head. I love you. No, I said calmly. You loved what you thought I was going to become. That's not true. It is. She froze. Behind me, I heard footsteps. Ethan, Clara said softly. I turned slightly. She stood there, waiting. No pressure, no interruption, just presence. I looked back at Lily. This is it, I said. What? She whispered. The end. Her breathing broke. You're really choosing her. I didn't answer immediately, because it wasn't a choice anymore. It was clarity. I'm choosing peace, I said. That hurt her more than anything else. She stepped back slowly. So that's it. Yes. She laughed once, but it broke halfway. After everything, you mean after everything you did, I corrected gently. Silence again. She looked down, shaking her head. I lost you completely. You did, I said. No hesitation and softness, just truth. She wiped her face, struggling to stand. I hope you're happy, she said quietly. I already am, I replied. That was the first time she didn't have anything to say back. She just stood there, empty, and I turned away. Clara walked beside me as I started moving. You okay? She asked. Yes, I said. No doubts? None. She nodded slightly. Good. We walked in silence for a while. No chaos behind us, no voices calling back. Just space. Just quiet. I used to think I needed answers, I said. And now I know I don't. She glanced at me. What changed? Nothing, I said. I just stopped searching for them in the wrong places. She didn't respond right away. Then she said, That sounds peaceful. It is, I replied, and it was. For the first time, I wasn't running from anything, not her, not the past, not myself. I lost love, trust, and identity, but I found something better myself. We reached the car. Clara stopped for a moment. What about her? I looked back once. She was still standing there, not following, not speaking, just watching. She'll be fine, I said. And you? I already am. Clara nodded. Then let's go. I opened the door. Before getting in, I looked back one last time. Not out of regret, not out of pain, just acknowledgement. And then I got inside. The door closed. The past stayed outside. And I didn't look back again. She spent a month trying to find me, but I was already gone forever.